My name is Liliane Umuhoza. I am originally from Rwanda, born and raised in Rwanda, but I have lived in different places. I am myself a genocide survivor, but I was really young. I was 2 years old. I do not recall what happened because I was too young, but I I grew up facing the consequences of that mass atrocity, and I think that's what I was able to get, to have support and from people, from organizations, but mostly from my community. So I think that's really what planted that seed in me to be supportive to my community as well. So I have always believed in the power of bringing women together to share their stories. There's really power that comes from that. There is a lot of positive change that comes with that, and which I think is what I'm enjoying today, being part of Planet Women, where I get to really meet different women from, especially from Africa, from the continent, coming together, women who are doing really amazing work in their communities. I am currently a student. I'm doing my master's in public policy and global affairs at the University of British Columbia. From my work with the local community, I've realized that there's a lot of work that local people, local NGOs, and that are doing in the community. But if we don't have policies in place that can support those people to keep thriving and to do the work that they're doing, it's going to be an endless repair. They're always like repairing some of the things that could be prevented. But my main focus is always gender equity. Starting with Women Leadership Circle, it brings together women who are into the environmental work in their local communities in Africa. We have participants, from 15 different countries of Africa. So it's very diverse, and this diversity really enrich the knowledge exchange that we do during the sessions. So share about their work, about their knowledge, about their experience working with their communities. Their background range from being project managers to being environmental activists to being CEOs of their organizations, and but all of them are willing to support local communities, their communities, to empower them in the environmental work. That part where we learn, like serious learning about philanthropy, about fundraising, about leadership, but also have other sessions where we talk about what are the main challenges, what are the unique challenges that women face in this work because they are women. Actually, that being said, we have one of the women in West Africa who's used the grant to support 2 women in the community to regain the land that they owned but have been taken away from them just because they're women. When there is field work, without even asking her, they would just make a plan, a schedule of who's going where, and they would not include her. And she was willing to go out there and learn. And actually, she was even more knowledgeable about the project they were implementing, but they did not include her. And that's common for a lot of women. The assumption and the stereotype about what women can or cannot do in the environmental work without asking them is really one of the biggest challenges that these women are facing. What I like about Planet Women ways of working, we empower people and trust the knowledge of the people that you're working with. In most sessions, unless we have a guest speaker, but most of the time it's these women leading the sessions. So I think that's really a piece that many people should learn from. But for gender mainstreaming, it's a learning program where people really get to learn about gender action plan, gender analysis, and we always share the materials that we have used with them at the end of the session. And many of them, they have highlighted that they're going to use those materials to train either their coworkers or even other people in their communities. So again, this goes back to what I said earlier. We are training 30 people in the gender mainstreaming who are going to use the knowledge and information they have received to train more people in their communities. The impact on a bigger scale is important to highlight as well.